Hi everybody, I'm here to introduce the video for our Harnessing Inclusion project. This project started about a year ago with an email from a parent who had an adult daughter wheelchair bound, and they were not able to bring her to the YMCA, and they challenged us to think about developing a solution for their family and for others. So our initial reaction to this was to think about all the things we didn't know and all the ways that we were not able to do this project. And I have to give Jim Kelly, our Chief Operating Officer, all the credit. He met with the family, he met with EPIC, an organization charged with developing solutions in the community, and the wonderful inventors, the Koch brothers, and then ultimately the University of Delaware partnership came into play. And now a year and a half later, we have this amazing project that we're so proud of and is really gaining traction and pulling people from all over Delaware.
I realized it wasn't about accommodation, it was about having access to the Y and programs and services.
The Y came to ENLITEN and asked us to come up with a harness that they could use in the fitness center. And so that led to this variation from one of the products that we make. It's called an Oasis, but they got an Oasis beefed up. We put it on wheels. We added a second harness so that they could have two kids working side by side, and the wheels let them wheel it around and put it on any piece of equipment in the room.
This is not just the harness system. This is an environment here at the Y that embraces people with disabilities.
Maria is 8.5 years old. She has a condition called polymicrogyria. In general, it's like a cerebral palsy. It causes a lot of delays.
3 years ago, I had non-small cell cancer.
She was taking a chemo pill that interacted adversely with another medication that she was taking, which it left her paralyzed from the neck down.
I had cancer of the spinal cord, appendinoma, it's what it's called. It's a very rare cancer. All the cancer is removed, in remission, and thanks be to God, I'm really healthy and able to walk and come here and get on a treadmill.
When I get out of this chair, I gotta be in shape, you know? Boys in the city of Chester, they were shooting at each other, drug related, and one of the bullets did ricochet and hit me in the bottom of my back. And from that point on, I was got paralyzed from the waist down. I'm still here. I'm still here, thank God. Thank God I'm still here.
Jaden is 11. He has been diagnosed with developmental delays with self-injurious behaviors.
7, 6, 5, 4. Don't lock out that left knee.
I did ballet growing up.
And the first time we put her in a unit and put a bar in front of her, all of a sudden after 18 years she started doing ballet again.
Her cognitive abilities and her physical abilities have changed very quickly over the last year because of her being more social and more active in the Y.
After bar class, I'm tired, but I feel great.
I see you being able to push yourself, and I see you enjoying it. Sometimes I am very emotional when I see it, because it gives a sense of normalcy to your life, to be in a group of people and to be a part of that group.
Straight. Wow. Get one more and it'll be a straight, Maria. Good job.
She's standing upright. Nobody's holding her. She's not contained in a gait trainer. She's free.
There's other kids around, so Maria gets the benefit of seeing the other kids playing, and that's really good socially for her. Whereas in a PT clinic, it may be more isolated.
She sees herself doing things that she couldn't do before, like other kids do, and that's something that is priceless.
Come on and get them. The long-term goal is that Jessica can bring her family to the Y and exercise as a family, not just coming to a PT clinic to work on something once a week or twice a week. They can come as many times a week as they want.
The doctors, said to me, well, you'll probably be in the wheelchair for the rest of your life. And they didn't know me very well. With the help of the YMCA, and the treadmill system and the harness system, I'm now on a rollator, which is a walker on wheels.
Her husband is by her side the whole entire time, doing everything she does. So it's an incredible story for the family getting fit together in an inclusive environment.
Are you ready? Are you ready to dance? His opportunities to really get up and move around on his own are quite limited. When he's in the harness, he can get right up in there, he can hug you, we can dance more, we're body to body. And I think that's real important for family too, to be able to get that close to their child.
I love seeing him having the freedom to get out and move about on his own without anybody having to hold him up. It was kind of free reign for him to jump, to take steps and just move around, and we can swing him in it. He loves it.
I know it from experience that parents, you tell them to go out into the community and look for, opportunities for their kids, because that's what the push is. Get your child involved in things. But when the community doesn't offer it, then how can you push for inclusion? We all know it's important, but now as a community, we need to embrace it more. And this is what the Y is doing.
Being able to have this harness system and allow people to get on the treadmill just like everybody else, or take a class just like everybody else, I think is important, because they feel a sense of normalcy. They can kind of not necessarily put their disability on a back burner, but be able to be involved just like everyone else.
And I do notice that after I get finished on the treadmill, for about 2 or 3 hours, I feel like, my step is better. So I do see an improvement right here.
Yes! Sometimes you would think something is really tragic, but then it turns out to be a blessing for you, because even though I am this way, I can still talk and help other people that come in, and they get so encouraged when they come in here, and if they see me, they say, oh, if she can do it, then I know I can do it. So it's good to be an encouragement for people.
Disabilities are a measure of our environment, not a measure of our people. So we all have a disability to get up a high jump, so we put in things called steps. And for us, we consider that normal. But in reality, it's because we have a disability. We can't transition that big height. So this is just steps for people that can't transition some height. We all have disabilities, just when we do it for the rest of the population, we call it normal. And this should be normal.
I think the Y here in Delaware is really leading the charge to think about how do we give individuals, all individuals, an opportunity to have the highest quality of life. In that community setting, it really it changes the whole limits. When you're in a clinical environment, sometimes this is how far we can take you. But exercise and doing that in a community setting with other individuals, you probably then reach abilities and goals you never even thought were possible. So it begs the question of what the sky is the limit, actually, and there is no limit.
When we think about innovation, we often think about a brilliant light bulb idea and lots of money together, and that's innovation. But in this case, innovation was really pairing a community need with our own creativity and willingness to change, and that humility in admitting that we didn't know what to do and that we needed partners on this. And so here we have this showcase project that is helping so many people.
After 38 years in the Y, getting excited about something again, and this is one of the things that really has gotten me excited about working at the YMCA.
Jim is really a leader in this because he took a risk. He took a risk to just incorporate this into a regular Y and a regular setting, and it is the front line of where we should be going, and I think he should just be really commended for everything he's done. His vision, his ideas, and what's most important is you've got to take those vision and ideas and actually execute. And the devil is in the detail, and he got every single detail right.